Hi everybody, I am Missy K and I want to thank you for clicking on my video. Just to give you a little background about me, I'm a wife, mother, entrepreneur, career woman, you name it, I do it. And with all of my responsibilities, there's just not enough hours in a day. And my self-care often gets pushed to the back burner. But I made the decision that that's going to stop. And I'm going to start taking better care of myself. And honestly, this channel is a way of holding myself accountable to that promise. So now that we have the introduction out of the way, let's talk about this bird nest I got in front of y'all faces right now. Child, I'm going to try to save this wig today. This is what you call my in-between wig. I wear it in between hairstyles. If I'm waiting for hair products to be shipped for a new hairstyle, if I'm just not sure what direction I want to go in with my hair, this was the wig I would turn to. And in the midst of all that, it's showing its age. It's about 5 years old. And I use it all 5. I would say in a year, I would wear it at least 4 times. And now I want to see if I could rehab it. Step 1 on rehabbing this wig is getting it clean. So we're going to do a shampoo bath today. I will be using Mielle moisturizing shampoo. I love using it on my wigs and weave. I do not use it in my natural hair. My hair needs a little bit more as far as the moisture is concerned. That'll be a separate video where I'll talk to you more about my natural hair. But we're going to start by putting some warm to hot water in the bowl, spray some shampoo in, get a nice bubble lather going on there, and we're going to just drop the wig in there. It's not detangled or anything. The wig is just so dry and sad. The detangling wouldn't get me anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and soak it first, get some of the products out, and then we're going to detangle it after that. The ancestors told me to put a little more seasoning in that child, so I listen. I need all the help I can get. I know what you guys are thinking, that there are companies out there that will rehab this wig for me. And there's even beauticians out there that would do it in my city. But part of this self-care journey is not outsourcing my self-care and doing as much as I can for me. Now that the wig has been soaking for a while, the glue residue from the lace front is ready to come off. So I'm just gently taking it off with my finger. All of it is not ready to come off yet, but the majority is. So I'm just letting it take its time. I also noticed some glue was stuck in the hairline, the edges. So I'm just taking my time and getting all of that off. And back in the water it goes. You can already start to see the water changing color and all those products coming out. We're getting closer. I know I'm not alone in this endeavor, so I want to hear from other wives, mothers, business women, career women. What do you do for self-care? How do you make sure it doesn't fall on the back burner? Now that the wig has soaked for the full 20 minutes, it's time for it to come out of the water. I wanted to see if it had started to detangle at all now that the product has come out, and it was a big fat no. Big failure. This wig was just as tangled. It just wasn't as dry. So, I mean, I guess we're moving in the right direction. I don't even know why I brought this comb out, child. Don't even ask. Nothing. No. Put it down. Thank you. So now we're just going to dump this water. Because I'm going to be using this bowl in the next step where I'm using the silicone conditioner. When examining the wig, I noticed that the very front where you'll put the lace glue still had some residue on it. It wasn't like actual glue. It was just a little sticky. It was just a little weird looking. So I put some more shampoo on and just worked it in with my finger just to make sure I got everything off. I wanted to start from a completely clean slate to really give this wig a chance to be rehabbed. By this point, I felt confident that everything was clean and we was ready for the next step. So I already had some water boiling on the stove, so I went ahead and transferred it to the bowl. After putting it into the bowl, I noticed it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to submerge the wig. So I just added some hot tap water to it as well. As you can see, you still see the steam, so it's still hot enough to achieve what we're working towards here. Now the man of the hour has arrived, the star of the show. Yes, the silicone mix. I'm so excited to try this method. This is my first time, but I've heard great things and I'm optimistic. I will also be using the Adore Crystal Clear Semi-Permanent just to give the wig some luster. I've also heard that helps. So we're going to put some into the bowl. As far as measurements, I'm not exactly sure because I didn't measure it out, but I know I wanted the consistency to be a milky white. So I think I added about a cup. If I can give an estimate, it was about a cup of product that I added to the hot water, and it got me to the color and consistency that I was looking for. As you can see here, the silicone mix is clumpy in the water. I'm not concerned about that at this time because I see it starting to dissolve. So I'm just going to stir and get the majority of the clumps out. As long as it gets to that milky white consistency and color that we were talking about, that's enough to get the process started. Regarding the Adore, I wasn't sure how much to add. For the purposes of this video, I added half of the bottle. I hope that's enough. By the end, I'll be able to tell if I should have used the whole bottle or not. I've decided to submerge the wig for 30 minutes. I'm not sure at this point if it'll be enough. If you recall, I have not detangled it. I hope the silicone mix really helps with that process. Now we just wait and see. I purchased this wig from a beautician. She has her own shop here near me and she makes wigs on the side. This wig was very well constructed. I have a very big head and the wig fit comfortably. She did an excellent job with this wig. I actually don't know if she still makes them, but I hope she does because she does an excellent job. So yes, I'm impatient. I know I told you 30 minutes, but we are 10 minutes in and I had to see. I had to see where we were in the process. So I came back with my comb and it was a little bit better. It was nowhere near where we wanted to be, but it definitely was an improvement from where we were. I'll take that as a win. But yes, it has to go back in the water for more time. Hopefully for the rest of the 20 minutes. I know I am the worst, but I'm just so excited to see how this goes and if it's going to work. So this attempt at combing was not as fruitful as the first. So I started to panic a little bit. I'm not going to lie, because I'm like, okay, this is not helping as much as I thought it would. But one thing I did notice was that the wig was softer, significantly softer, and it did have a luster to it. So I'm like, okay, so we are still moving in the right direction, even though the detangling process is not going the way I hoped. So we put it back in for the rest of the time. Keep your fingers crossed, guys. So by this point, the 30 minutes had expired. It's time for it to come out of the silicone mix. So I decided that I was not going to rinse it out just yet. This wig needed to be detangled. I couldn't even finger detangle it at this point. And I thought that the silicone mix would give it some more slip to help me along the way. So I transferred to another location to begin the detangling process. It took around 20 minutes to detangle the wig in its entirety. There were some areas that were more tangled than others, such as the nape, but I just took my time going from the ends to the roots, and I was successful in detangling the wig. I can't wait to show you the finished product. As you can see, there was a lot of shedding. A decent amount of hair came out of the wig. I wanted to wait till after it was dried to determine if it would be thin, if I should add bundles, etc. But I was alarmed by the amount of shedding that happened. I don't know if that has something to do with the silicone mix or the age of the wig or what, but I was like kind of shocked by that. That was more than I've seen in the past, I will say that. Now I'm doing one final comb through for the detangling, and then I'm going to give a light rinse to rinse out any excess silicone mix. I don't want it to stay on the hair and make it heavy or weigh it down. I'm just going to give it a light rinse. I do want some to remain so that it can stay silky and smooth and soft. She's back, y'all. She is restored. She lives. She lives. Now it is time to style the wig. In the past, I will use a conditioner, mousse, as well as eco styling gel just to preserve the curl, give it some luster and some shine. But due to using the silicone mix and the Adore Crystal Clear, I wanted to see how it would end up just using those products. So I'm only going to use the mousse today and let it dry and then see how it turns out. At this point, it is still wet, but I'm noticing the wig is looking a little thin. I'm still going to wait until it's fully dry to make a call regarding if I want to add bundles or not, but right now I'm leaning towards yes. This is my favorite brand of mousse to use. It has a great hold, but doesn't make it crunchy and hard. The curls have a nice bounce. They're really soft. It's the best of both worlds. So whenever I'm using my curly wigs, this is my go-to mousse. I am so pleased with how this wig has turned out so far. It has luster, shine. I can get my fingers through it. It's gorgeous. The curls are bouncy, but it is thin like I suspected. So I went ahead and ordered some bundles and I'm going to install it. As soon as that happens, I will upload that content as well. So you can call this the pre-finished product, and once I put the bundles in, that will be the full finished product. This is the wig fully dry. As you can see, it's not poofy. It has a nice shine. It has a little bit of weight to it, but not too much to where it's laid down. It has movement. I'm very, very pleased with how this has turned out. And I know putting a bundle in there will take it to the next level. I want to thank all of you for clicking on and watching my first video. This has been a labor of love, but I've truly enjoyed this journey and this process, and I look forward to making many more. Self-care is so important. I hope with this channel to inspire other working moms and wives to prioritize theirs as well. Let's all go on this journey together. Please don't hesitate to reach out in my DMs or in the comments with ideas, with inspiration, with better techniques. Please, I want to hear from you guys. I really want to grow in this and make this the best it can be.